Hello from GITEX 2025. I'm here together with Emmanuel Manasseh, Regional Director Africa at ITU. Hello Emmanuel, nice to meet you again.
Nice meeting you.
We just finished a very interesting panel about connectivity as the foundation of our digital economy.
Yes.
So what would you say are your takeaways after the panel? What are our biggest challenges we have to overcome and how can we overcome them?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think one of the key issues is connectivity is at the heart of digital transformation.
Yeah.
And connectivity cannot wait because delaying investment in connectivity is delaying achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals as well as delaying the development of socioeconomic activities. Key takeaway is for connectivity to be successful, we need strong political will and support. Mm-hmm. We need investment. We need an enabling policy and regulatory framework. We need to have strategies to drive affordability. Mm-hmm. And you cannot drive affordability without having strong political will. Mm-hmm. But we need to avoid duplication in the investment of infrastructure. Digital broadband mapping is one of the key projects that can help to identify the gaps. And then instead of duplicating the investments, you go to fill the gap.
So how would you describe duplication of investment?
The investments.
Yeah, how you describe
duplication of the investments? The easiest ways. When you have multiple operators, they're all investing to serve the same customers, but they can share infrastructure. So if you have a fiber already in that place, it's better to share rather than having two fibers for two different operators offering the same services. For example, if you have a mobile network, the tower access, instead of building another one, you have to share the existing. So sharing the infrastructure, reduce the operation costs, reduce the capex, and also could help to identify the gaps and fill the gaps together rather than doing what has been done by others. So this could help to drive down the cost and therefore having affordable services. But as I mentioned, this is a whole ecosystem because connectivity, adoption, and usage of services should be a package, is an ecosystem. We know that the challenge we're facing now is not only connectivity. Yeah. There's 30% of the connectivity that is not used. So we have connectivity gap and the usage gap. So we need to strike a balance to make sure that all the investments, all the coverage, and the usage are well aligned. Otherwise, now the big question is, how do we drive the usage? Because some places there's coverage, but still the network is not used. That's why we see this difference between connectivity and usage. There's 30% of the population that live in area that has internet, but they're not using.
So would you say we need a more holistic picture of our state of connectivity before we even go bit by bit after it?
That's perfect. I totally agree with you. We need whole of government approach, but we need also to make sure that we don't create digital silos, connectivity silos, in the effort to ensure that we have universal meaningful connectivity. And this can be achieved by thinking big, thinking holistically. For example, some they think energy could go different from connectivity, but we need to take energy, connectivity, services together. So if you bring, for example, connectivity, it's going to stimulate financial services. Most of the African countries, it is connectivity that provided financial services.
Especially in the mobile first continent.
Yeah, mobile money. Everywhere you have, but also a good example. How do you buy electricity? They use mobile money to buy electricity. How do they pay government services? They use to pay these dues and services and taxes through their mobile phone. So thinking holistically help us, instead of developing in a silo, taking connectivity together with other enabling infrastructure as well as services. So that's why I say you can map infrastructure, you can map the infrastructure, broadband infrastructure, energy infrastructure, you can map services, and also you can map the usage. So when you have all these things affecting all sectors, you can then plan holistically and be able to achieve this in a very positive and efficient way.
That sounds like a reasonable blueprint.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So when we look at what you just explained, it also would mean that the private sector has to build partnerships among them within the ecosystem.
Yeah, that's perfect because connectivity and telecom is a capital-intensive business.
Yeah.
And if there's no partnership, you end up duplicating and you are not going to make much.
Yeah.
For example, now is a time that competition should go to the services rather than infrastructure.
Yeah.
So there's no need to compete on infrastructure. If there's underlaid infrastructure, they should use to offer innovative services and compete on services, not on infrastructure. Because, for example, if you already laid the fiber, fiber could be used to carry various services. It's just a career. So telcos, they have to compete on offering innovative solutions, innovative services, solving pressing needs of the society.
I couldn't agree more.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time. It was very insightful. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Maybe I can ask you one question. I see also AI is one of the talk of the day, talk of the GITEX 2025. How do you see, from your perspective, AI is going to enhance efficiency in connectivity?
I think it can enhance efficiency in connectivity, but I'm more afraid of what it means for empowering locals, creating jobs. That is where I personally see the biggest challenge.
Okay, that's very good. Yeah, good aspects. But maybe another aspect that I could see on AI, for example, you see mobile phones.
Yeah.
We used to see smartphones, people complaining about their bundle being depleted, power consumption going fast. But now AI, the same AI that is helping to switch off or to hibernate some of the applications that we're running on the background to make sure that they save both power and your bundle is not depleted by those applications. But it's also AI that is used nowadays to monitor the infrastructure and give the clear indication of where there's a demand, where the network is congested, where there's a gap. So we see also AI can be used to improve the performance of the network.
It's an accelerator and let's call it a lifesaver in many, many industries. That's for sure, and it will change the landscape. We can accelerate developments much faster. It helps people, especially in a continent like Africa, where there's such a huge amount of different languages. Once the language models are trained, it can help them to, let's say, thrive with mobile connectivity to create new services, new startups, new solutions. That is quite difficult as of today.
I like that because like your phone now, for example, we're in Morocco now. I can use my phone to ask something in English and then could translate in local language and get assistance from the local. But as you said, AI is critical because I see a big opportunity in Africa to innovate locally and scale up globally. All these solutions that we're talking about, pressing local needs, solving local needs, could be developed locally and also be integrated in multinational business models like Google and other big companies. So Africa could innovate locally to win globally with AI. And the underlying foundation is the connectivity that we talked about it now.
That's true.
Yeah.
All plays together. Thanks for your time.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Tech Africa News from GITEX 2025. You can find more on techafricanews.com.